What's up, guys? Houston here. And for those of you that's been following me and supporting me, salute. For those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell. And for those of you that are my faithful patrons, as always, double salute. Now, today's video, we're actually going to talk about how to get a $25,000 payday loan with bad credit and no credit check. And these lenders that I've picked, they are specialized in subprime credit scores, as well as not putting a hard inquiry on your credit. Now, one of the things I have to explain to you, when a company says they do not put a hard inquiry on your credit, what they are saying is that they don't check with the regular credit bureaus. However, there's major credit bureaus that are third-party company owned. Okay, and so these here credit bureaus are Clarity, which is owned by Experian. You have DataX, which is owned by Equifax, and you have Factor Trust, which is owned by TransUnion. So when creditors say we don't do a hard inquiry on your credit, they check your credit, but they do it through third-party sources that focus on like payday loans and things of that nature. Now, this lender that we're first talking about is MoneyMutual payday loans. And the reason we're talking about them because they are one of the smaller loans that we're going to be talking about. Again, is no hard inquiry on the credit. All right, you do have to have an income at least of $800 a month. All right, there's no monthly service fees, and their loans go from $200 up to $5,000. And they're available in all states except for New York and Connecticut. All right. Now there's another lender, BADCREDITLOANS.com, and they offer payday loans as well. Their loans go from $500 up to $10,000, but you need to have a checking account. This is very important because a lot of people, they may get denied a loan, and it's because they don't have a checking account. Or another reason is this email. A lot of lenders now, they want to make sure you have a valid email. Okay, that's one of their requirements. Now, they want to have make sure that you have a bank account, and they want to make sure that you have some type of employment as well. That does not mean that they will disqualify you if you don't have employment, but you have to have some type of revenue coming in, income coming in. Okay, and their thing is you can't borrow more than $1,000 if your credit score is lower than a 500. All right, so they're just putting it out there. If you got a low credit score, then maximum we're going to do is 1,000. But for some of you guys, I got something that's going to help you all to boost up your credit score from 25 to 100 points. So stick with me. Okay, and you have to have a bank account. So in terms of like full-time employment, self-employed, you can have a disability or social security benefits, they'll work with you. Now this company Cash USA, their loans go from 500 up to 10,000. Now they also do a soft pull on your credit, so you don't have to worry about the inquiries and stuff like that. Now, understanding that some of these lenders are not direct lenders, these lenders are platform lenders. Okay, so what it is that you put your information in the system, and they'll pull your credit through the third party system and stuff. And then once they got that information, then they shop your loan around. Okay, so you just have to be aware of that. All right, all transparency. um, Now in terms of verifying income, they would want to see like a 1099, a W-2, bank statements, or some type of pay stubs in order to qualify. And they work in all 50 states. All right, so One of the big things is looking at how often you're being paid. So if you're a person that's getting paid weekly or daily, so say that you work for like DoorDash or Instacart and stuff, and you're cashing out on a daily. All right. Now there's another company called personalloans.com, and their loans go from 500 up to 35,000. They do a soft pull on your credit score again, so you have to have a bank account. Now here's the thing about them that you do need to understand. You cannot have no more than 2 accounts overdue 60 days, okay? So in order to deal with them, you can't have more than 2 accounts overdue in 60 days. Now, here's one of the things about it. They don't operate in Arkansas, Georgia, and New York. And you also must have a regular source of income. But again, like I said, if you're on Social Security, disability, retirement, and stuff, this platform, because that is a regular source of income. You know, if you get that, that's secured income that's coming in. So don't let that disqualify you from being approved, okay? Now, this lender here, guys, this lender here is definitely one of those lenders that you may really want to pay attention to because they're very serious about helping people get access to funding. Now, understanding their minimum credit score is a 560, okay, but the average is a 638. But don't worry about the average credit score because I'm going to help you out to get that credit score up. Now, the minimum income is they don't have a minimum income, but the average income is about 60,000. All right. So that way, if you're receiving Social Security benefits and you have somebody else in the household that has an income, they're looking at the overall household income. So you may be renting out a room or something that's bringing in money as well. So the overall household income is what you're actually focusing on, not just your income when applying for these lenders, okay? So just keep that in mind. Now the loan amounts go anywhere from 1,000 up to 50,000. So you have to have at least 2 accounts on the credit file. And again, they do a soft pull, all right? And their debt to income ratio is 75%. The reason that this lender is so important and can give you the best leverage is because most lenders, even with the banks, they go from 45, maybe maximum 55% debt to income ratio. However, this is one of those lenders that will go all the way up to 75% debt to income ratio to help you get qualified. Okay? Now, for those of you that have a low credit score and you're trying to boost your credit score up within 30 to 45 days, these are the things that you need to do. One, I would definitely tell you, you look at the inquiries, see how many inquiries, and with Experian, you can call over the phone and you can dispute some of your inquiries. With TransUnion and Equifax, you have to send in a letter and also verifying ID and everything in order to dispute those inquiries. All right. Now, these two companies that I'm talking about right now is Grow Credit and Perch. So if you're paying subscriptions like Netflix, Hulu, Spotify, Apple Music, or you paying a gym membership, or you paying car insurance, these type of companies will actually report those as trade lines on your credit report. You can also use Experian Boost to get trade lines reported on your credit report. The reason that these are more important is because they actually can go over 100 different type of subscriptions to help boost up your credit score. Now, Purge, if you're paying rent and you're not getting it reported as a trade line on your credit report, they actually will report up to 6 months. Now, also to help you build up your credit score, again, it's a pledge loan or credit builder. But again, That's the reason I start showing you those payday loans, because those are the type of loans that can help build up your credit. Now, you also can add authorized users as well. Now, this extra credit debit card app. So, there's actually two companies. There's extra debit card app on your phone, and then there's another company called One Financial. Both of these companies, if you use your debit card a lot, all your debit card transactions, okay, at the end of the month, they would report it in one lump sum as a trade line on your credit file. So that's something that you definitely should consider leveraging to help you boost up your credit score. Now, this last one is Boom Pay and Rental Karma, and they report your rent on your credit file. So if you have a lender, if you have somebody you're renting from and they're not able to report, these two companies will report your rent on your file. Now, with BoomPay, they state they can report up to 24 months. The reason that I'm talking about these guys is because if you're trying to get a mortgage, all right, with the new FHA guidelines, if you can show proof that you're paying rent, then they would actually use that to help you qualify for a mortgage. So that's the reason that I'm showing these to you. Now, if you have any questions about your personal credit or trying to get business credit funding, click the link below. Check out Three-Way Funding or HoustonMcMiller.net.